alive.
Very much alive.
Yeah.
Oh, very much. May you be alive forever. The International Society for Iranian Studies in the year 2010 is an organization of about 600 professional teachers and researchers who have come together under the leadership of a president and a council to deliberate the state of the arts in research, in teaching, and in various service areas of Iranian studies, both in the humanities and in social sciences. At this time, our president is Professor Mohammad Tabakkoli Targhi of the University of Toronto. Next year, our president will be Professor Hussein Shahabi of Boston University. And every 2 years, we have a new president who leads the organization in its various endeavors. Our members are responsible, by and large, for the training of future generations of specialists in the area of Iranian culture and civilization. Our journal, the Journal of Iranian Studies, under the editorship of Professor Homa Katuzian of Oxford University, is thriving, and there's a burgeoning of research by our membership. At least 100 books are published every year by very, very renowned academic publishing houses such as Brill, Routledge, IB Tauris, as an academic organization charged with the mission of studying, examining, questioning, exploring the cultures of one of the most volatile areas of the world, we cannot, of course, be seen to be partisan or political in the narrow sense. Of course, political engagement is part of the mission of any public intellectual, and the last thing we want to have is ivory tower residents in our organization. Nonetheless, there is a perch, there is a posture, we believe, and a vantage point from which you can look at politics and think non-politically.
Hello, my name is Mateen Roxafat. I'm a student at the University of Toronto studying Islamic and Iranian Studies, and I presented here on Friday. My professor and advisor is Professor Tabakkoli Targhi. He's the president of this conference being held here at California at the ISIS. And I'm very pleased to be here among these top scholars and the future generations of scholars.
My name is Philip Grant. I'm a fourth year PhD student at UC Irvine in anthropology. My work is on the Iranian world, the contemporary Iranian world, and specifically I work with a group of Iranian women's rights activists here in California.
I am also myself a graduate student of Iranian Studies here at UCLA, and I'm also presenting on Nader Naderpour, the modern Iranian poet, here at the conference.
In three very important dimensions, this organization has grown really beyond any initial anticipation or expectation we had. The first is generational. Look around any room here in this conference and you will see grandparents and grandchildren in academic terms. I have my students, and my students are now professors and they're training students, and so we are seeing the continuity and the enhancement, if I might say, of the field of Iranian studies and the vitality that the new generations bring to it. That's number one. Number two is gender related, and I'm really, really impressed by the amount of activity that is fostered and advanced by our female colleagues who make Iranian studies the field of their exploration into gender relations over the past 3,000 years. This is no small feat. In terms of history, I think Iran is one of those patriarchal cultures that gives us so much to chew on, so much to ponder the fate of women in this culture and their striving towards greater and greater equality, or shall I say, towards lessening the inequality of the culture in favor of men.
This is the meaning of academic freedom. Acknowledging that our work is deeply political, but keeping the critical distance between the two.
And imagine a man who, being a professor at Pahlavi University in Shiraz in the 1970s, goes to meet the great Ayatollah, the Grand Ayatollah Mahallati of Shiraz. And Ayatollah Mahallati turns to him, and I'm sure half-jokingly says, "You have to convert to Islam." And Richard says, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن موسى رسول الله أشهد أن عيسى رسول الله أشهد أن زردشت رسول الله. And the Ayatollah turns to him and says, agreed and accepted. But don't repeat this in Qom or Mashhad.
Well, I too am overwhelmed by everybody here for many reasons, and I'm so happy to here with my friends. All my friends here, thank God they're still alive.
This is the highest honor the organization bestows on an individual, a scholar in the field of Iranian studies.
And I wanted to say something else, and that is that I feel partly humbled by having my award come between those of two real major giants in the Iranian field, Ehsan Yarshater and Richard Frye.
And manifold contributions to the field of Iranian studies by presenting this award.
In Jaleh Amouzegar's recent collection of Farrokhzad's poems, Sin, which is published by the University of Arkansas Press, we find English versions fully in tune with the vibrant idioms of contemporary American poetry. An outstanding translator often creates the possibility of a fresh encounter with an oft-read original text. Members of the Lois Roth jury, Frank Lewis, Alice Huntsberger, and myself, frequently found themselves experiencing Farrokhzad's poems with new eyes in this fresh and vital translation.
Time is short, and I'll be even shorter. I must confess to all of you that I've had a most fortunate and happy life. And all of that good fortune and happiness, I put the feet of several individuals, all of whom are alive and with us tonight, namely Ferdowsi, Khayyam, Rumi, Saadi, Hafiz.
Rumi, Jalaluddin Muhammad Rumi, who was a Persian and wrote in the Persian language, becomes very important for our time. And he now is the best-selling poet of all times in the United States of America. And a lot of our students read him and are inspired by his vast and expansive vision of the oneness of humanity.
As you all know, Professor Yarshater has been the public face of Iranian studies and has been a source of inspiration for many people like myself who looked up to him. And I think the combination of academic institution building and also prolific scholarship has made him a very unique person in the 20th century Iranian studies, the person that I was saying in the history of Iran is rather exemplary.
Iranian studies is really one culture out of three, along with Indian studies and Chinese studies, that gives us the whole of the non-Western amalgam and cluster of cultures. Then I see a day when the study of Persian, just like the study of Arabic and just like the study of Greek language at some point, becomes an integral part of the curriculum of Western universities for future generations of Americans and Europeans.